Hello, Marcus Lim here with the Sandman, the Deluxe Edition, Book 1. So Sandman, of course, it's no introduction, the legendary series by Neil Gaiman, okay? But never really collected before in deluxe format, right? It's been reprinted so many times in so many different formats, but this is, I think, the first time that it's come out in deluxe edition. There was a deluxe edition of the Sandman Overture, right? But this is not the original Sandman series. This is like done by Neil Gaiman many years after the original series ended, right? And this is in deluxe format, as you can see. And I do have the absolute edition of Sandman. So this is volume 1. Which is really nice, but I kind of think that absolute is best if you want to appreciate, the artwork, right, in a big format. But for reading, I still actually prefer deluxe edition for pure reading experience, and so it's really good to have this now in deluxe edition. So this is book 1. And this collects issues number 1 to 16. So that would cover the first 2 volumes of Sandman. So volume 1, Preludes and Norturnes. Volume 2, Dollhouse. Okay. And also Midnight Theatre as well. There's an issue of Midnight Theatre number 1. Yeah, so that's what it covers, which is less than what the Absolute covers. Absolute covers, I think, 3 volumes in volume 1 of the Absolute edition, but this only covers 2, so that's the difference. And oh yes, it says here at the bottom, Audible, now available as a groundbreaking audio drama, which I have had a listen to myself. It's pretty cool. And the Audible version covers what is it? I think it's the first 3 volumes, just like the Absolute. Okay. But we're not talking about that today. We're talking about this deluxe edition. So let's now have a quick look. So first thing is the jacket, which I'll remove. Okay, so the jacket, as you can see, it's a wraparound, and without the jacket it looks exactly the same. Okay. Okay, so let's get into it. Sandman, the Deluxe Edition, Book 1. So yeah, so these are all the covers from the original single issues, starting from issue number 1, Slip of the Just, which kicks off the Sandman story. We've got Roderick Burgess, who attempts to summon well, actually he was attempting to summon death itself, but instead he got Morpheus, Lord of Dreams, and so imprisoned, right? Morpheus got imprisoned for a long time, I think like 70 years or something, and of course it's got serious consequences for people like Unity Kincaid over there, who kind of like sleeps, never wakes, right, for a long time, period of 70 years in deep sleep, until Morpheus escapes, and then finally wakes up. Unity, by the way, does play a prominent role in the later volume, which is Dollhouse, which we'll get to. But yeah, so that's what kicks off the whole Sandman saga. And then what happens is we kind of like go along with Morpheus as he attempts to regain some of the items that he's lost in order to regain his power. Along the way we meet people like John Constantine, Right, John Constantine is looking for like a pouch, which he does eventually get at the end of that issue. And then we move on to Depths of Hell itself, where he attempts to, I think, battle a demon to repossess the helmet. Yeah, and then the journey keeps going, and then here's the introduction to Dr. Destiny. We've got Martian Manhunter popping up as well. But yeah, this is the stone that Dr. Destiny uses to stage this brutal massacre in this diner. Right, 24 hours, span of 24 hours. It's a brutal issue. So now Morpheus meets up with Dr. Destiny, and I guess they have a battle to possess the amulet or the stone. Right, and Morpheus wins, and that's kind of it for the first first story arc, which is Preludes and Norturnes. Sound of Her Wings, we get introduced to one of the other member of the Endless, so Morpheus' sibling Death itself, which Wardrick Burgess was originally wanting to summon, but got Morpheus instead. Yeah, so we keep going, and that's it. So now we kick off the second volume, which is the Dollhouse. So Dollhouse starts with this prologue, African set in Africa. Okay, and then getting into the Dollhouse story itself, introduced to Delirium, another member of the Endless. But this is really the story of Rose Walker. Apparently she's like what Morpheus describes as like a vortex, meaning she kind of has this ability, I guess, to break down barriers in the dreaming world, which according to Morpheus is not, well, I guess it's not, it's something dangerous, right, in a sense. And so unfortunately that means that Morpheus will have to deal with her. But okay, let's see. But in the middle we've got a standalone tale called Man of Good Fortune, which is, yeah, a highlight. This is kind of like, you know, one of Neil Gaiman's trademark kind of stories where he mixes fantasy with this kind of like Shakespearean style tale. In this case, about a man who gains immortality and actually befriends Morpheus. So a cool little tale. And then we head on to the conclusion of Dollhouse. Some troubling images here in this convention with someone called Corinthian. Let's see. But yeah, Morpheus shows up to save the day. And then we head on into the, I think this would be the second last issue of the saga, of the Dollhouse saga. Yeah, see, that's what the vortex does. She's able to break down the barriers of all these dreamers, like in the house while dreaming. And so now there's this encounter with Morpheus and Rose. Unity Kincaid shows up, right? The woman who slept for 70 years, back in issue number 1. And that's the end of it. We end with like a revelation of just who is it that Unity, that Rose Walker really is. Her ancestry and stuff. It's related to what Lyrium did. Alright, so here's an issue from Sandman Midnight Theatre. It's like the first encounter of Morpheus and the original Sandman, Wesley Dodds. Which is cool. I don't think I've ever read this. Ever. So yeah, it's good to have this collected here in deluxe edition. Alright, so pretty long one. Okay. So just flip through this. Alright, and that's the end. So afterward, and proposal followed by the outline, and that's it. So not a lot of extras, but that's okay. Just really glad to have this legendary series by Neil Gaiman finally in deluxe edition. So this is only book 1, so I'm expecting there to be roughly 5 books in total, just because there's a total of 75 issues, right? And this only collects the first 16, so if you do the math, they'll probably end up with like 5 volumes of the deluxe edition. And I will definitely review them as they come out, but for now, do check this out if you haven't yet already. So thanks for watching, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video.